What are you doing? This is exactly the wrong thing
I
to do.
know, man. I know, bro.
The fuck?
So, hey, basically, all I was just saying, people off camera, right after I cut it, was that I'm like, that whole choices things make sense because I wouldn't be sitting in this position today had I not made a system of choices long ago. Even from the first time I, reconnected with Trev and stepped back in that gym, I, uh, I remember I was like, man, this is someone I need to be around because for the longest time, nobody has been this clear about anything with me or who has called me out, in a respectful manner, just so we're clear.
Yeah.
But also has, given me the raw truth. And so I was just telling him, I was like, man, had I even decided not to come back after that time, life would be very, very, very different.
Well, that goes back to the branding question he asked two people because objectively, had I not been so sound of mind and clear about it being intentional, it's like this. The Bible says, clean to that which is good. So something in your soul, this is the thing. When you get into personal branding, you get within 5 feet of me, something in your soul starts crying. Something in your soul wants to be better. Something in your spirit says, I need more. Or something in your spirit says, run because you're not there yet. You're not ready to be in that position. And that man does not play. I don't play well. I clown and stuff, and we have a good time, but I don't fare well bullshitting. I don't know how to do it. I don't want to learn either. So even when I say you can't bullshit a bull, that's a line out of a book because I don't be on no bullshit. So when he comes in, again, hadn't seen him in a while, and he gets he's asking questions. Man, I want to be a personal trainer. I said, what do you want to do that for? The world don't need another personal trainer. Imagine no one ever telling you that. You go, oh shit, that's a good point. It doesn't need another personal trainer. What should I do? I said, they only make this, got to do this, then you got to deal with one. It's, oh, wow. All the things you don't consider because you lack exposure. But think about that. Over 10 years ago, and again, I knew Jamarcus at 18, and many people, he comes in, tells me some things. I've got a gym full of young athletes that are super good kids and just great at what they do. But I had no intention, I never will, in appeasing anybody. I'm like, why aren't you thinking bigger? Why can't you do more? I'm like, that's a bad idea. I can't encourage people to be less when there's so much more out here to learn in life. And I can't be there for everybody either, but he knew me, he messaged me, he came with an open mind, something in him that was unsettling. You were unsettled with where you were at predicament-wise at that time, and you met and come in contact with someone who was super sure. Those two things counter affect each other in a positive way. So you go, man, I need more certainty in my life, and I'm certain in this setting I will improve. Because I'm watching these people improve. I see the commitment from the kids. I see the consistency, the determination everyone has. I see how much work they're doing and no one's complaining. That's crazy. Never seen that before. And listen, boy, back in them T-Fit days, boy, I put them through hell. So I'm saying that to say, he showed up, and even then I was clear about who I was. Most importantly, who I wasn't. So it's easy for him to want more, do more, ask more questions, try. But something in his spirit's unsettled. It's like, man, my life got to change. I can't keep making these choices. I need to be around better people. And I didn't ask him no intent to ask questions at the time. I was just answering his and moving on. And in that, here we are today. But a lot of times something's off.
Yeah.
You're unsettled here. And it's your gut. Everything's hurting. You're aching almost because you want more. Question is, what are you really doing to do more? Who are you really around? Because it just matters. It just matters with personal branding.
Yeah, no, I mean, you know what's so funny about that choices too? I remember even the message I was going to send to him originally, to reach out like, hey man, can I come out? I almost didn't even send that message. I remember even just debating, you know what, maybe not, just let him do his thing. And man, like you want to talk about had I went the other way with that, bro, life would still be very, very difficult because there was nobody else in my life at that time that I know I could even go to. And mind you, I didn't even know this with Trev. I just thought he was just working out with kids and just training them. That was what I had seen on social media, not knowing what the real underlier was and what the real goal and mission was at the time with everything he was doing with T-Fit. So then I remember just contemplating, I was like, nah, let me just let it be. But I was like, you know what? Something told me just send that message. So I sent that message. And then here we are today. And that's what's crazy what one choice can actually do.
And then a system of other positive choices, hence the virtuous cycle of choices.
Yeah.
Man, one choice could lead to another choice, would change your life, would change somebody else's life, would change the world. I mean, like, I'm always like this. What if you could be the difference in how someone sees something and better in someone's day or just life in general? That's like, I didn't think about it like that. I know.
No, but I mean, that just goes back to the power of choices, man. I mean, I think choices are something that most of us overlook. And I mean, I know I did a lot of times, which took me on a virtuous cycle of negativity in my early and mid 20s, which I finally got that crossroads.
No, it took you on a vicious cycle, not a virtuous one.
You're right. Yeah, you're right. A vicious cycle. And that then led me to the point that crossroads was like, yo, something's got to change.
Yeah.
Something's got to change.
And
man.
most of it had to change within, though.
Yeah, and that's the part right there. And, you know, so if there's a lot of bad happening in your life, people, man, you got to definitely look at yourself first in the mirror and understand what is it that's really going on, and know that you have the power to make that change. Because if you can't do that yourself, then nobody else can come do it for you.
Yeah, now people can assist, people can guide, people can be lights, people can be darknesses for that matter.
Mm-hmm.
But even more importantly, you're as good as your choices.
Yeah. I mean, and mind you, to that point, you know, I've watched Trev go in many a times, provide that guidance, provide that structure, provide that direction, and then people still choose not to do the work.
Oh no, that's what I'm betting on. Like that's why, you know, I know the best singers in the world ain't the best singers in the world. They're just people who are willing to do the work, be recognized, and deal with all the anxiety that comes from that space. The best in most situations ain't the best, but they're the best, well-rounded and well-versed in terms of their capabilities. So, I ain't going to no boat today. I can't do it, bro. Like, bro, you just can't. You can't do it.
You're seeing a choice live in real time.
You just can't do it, bro. You're like, I'm good.
A lot of work to get done.
Yeah, it's loud. I'm like this quiet right now. It's too much. It's got
It is nice and peaceful.
Mondays tomorrow. I got to go to the store to let these chickens unthaw. And point is, I have to be very deliberate and decisive and clear. And most of the time, as he said, I walk in with a plan. And because I'm so good at drawing out creating storylines, building them out, I go, wow, these people just need a direction, which most people do. And that's the dumbest thing too. For you think you know where you're going, stop it.
Mm-hmm.
Just stop it. I wouldn't tell you that I knew where I was going. I started with an idea when it came to Fit Bully Kennels, and it changed into something bigger, and now it's better. And it has to get better, and it got better because of the choices that I made to better my life and many dogs' lives for that matter. And now people literally from all over the world are in cahoots with my vision, perspective, my values, the determination, the consistency, the effort being put into the work, or the dogs in this case, and every minute I go, man, I could do that a few more times with a few other businesses, you know? Mm-hmm.
No, you know, honestly, there's gonna be plenty more to come from this, but choices are definitely a big thing in anybody's life, just so we're clear.
Jim Collins wrote that book, Great by Choice, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Built to Last, Great by Choice. You're as good as your last choice. You're as good as your best choice. You're as good as your worst choice. Because if you don't choose to do different, then nothing changes. And I promise you, everything's going to change whether you do or not. I think one of the funniest branding quotes I've seen, it wasn't a quote. The dude was on stage, black dude. I think his name's, I forget his name. I'm going to make up one. But he's got the white hair and the thing. He said, Martha Stewart proved that if you don't post 10 years from now, you know, your brand will be right where it is. But posting and sharing, she basically built the biggest marketing company in the world at one point.
Talking about Myron Golden?
I think that might be his name.
Yeah, old Joker with the white gray face. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
And he just was like, post the content, like, move on. But you're as good as your efforts in the things that are clear. Branding's so important, man. And I don't even know how to like put it all in words. So part of this too is me practicing. What I will tell you is I get invited into a lot of spaces because of the following or our leverage. But get this, I'm so good at it, I don't even use it. I'll never like, hey man, I got this. I'll tell them about it afterwards because they just like, dude, I know you got to do other things. Yeah, I do. I do a lot of other things, but I do one thing every day or something around it as long as I've got time. And Jamarcus helps when I don't have time, but you know, it's all about those choices, man. And I think we could do more. So from coffee to booze and food to whiskey to dogs to building a fanatical brand, you go, man, this is going to get good. Mr. Brand himself, man. I tell you, man, brand for brand, people. Let's build them.